Oops. That new piece that I printed for the back window. It's a little rough, but you know, every single piece came off like this, so. Prints. I have another printer. It's an Ender 3. It's the first printer I ever used. I still use it, and it's over in the corner over there. But this is the printer I use. I use a 0.4 end nozzle with this little Cura hack. It's a 25% infill with a top and bottom reduction, so there's no top or bottom walls, and it's more than literally printed just like that. Load into the file here. Let me tell you what's been going on. You know, this is my fiberglass. This is a fiberglass plug. You can use this as a skeleton. You can use it as a plug. You can do anything, but it needs fiberglass. That is the thing with this hardtop. You need fiberglass. Recently, someone released a 3D printed hardtop that is just 3D printed and held together with glue. He solders them together and then glues them together and then runs it on his car 3D printed, which is okay. It's cool. I don't really think that's acceptable, running a 3D printed hardtop exclusively on your car. That's it. You kind of need the fiberglass too. He ran zip ties on his car to mount it to it, and he says on his website it's performance brackets. I haven't seen any videos of performance brackets being used in this dude's car. He doesn't even have the back Lexan window pictured and uploaded to his website where he claims to sell it. Here in the 3D Printing Miata Association, you'd see the grievances people had in the comments, and I've even been getting messages on my Instagram, people being like, hey, how are you mounting this? And I'm still working on it, you know, I'm still working on it. I got the hardest part done, which is modeling this thing, cutting it up, and then printing it, and then fitting it to the damn car. That was the hardest part. This is nothing, you know, the mounts are nothing. I have so many projects going on. I haven't been able to focus on this, but these are really like the easiest thing to do that he kind of just half-assed on with zip ties and used performance brackets. So, you know, I really have not seen any pictures of him using that. Next are the ones up here. We'll sit here and make them compatible with his model as well. So any damages that he potentially did or will be done will be fixed with this work. So for the hardtop, we're sitting here. We need supports on the inside because it is sagging. Regardless of what I want to think, say, or do, it shows on camera that it's sagging really bad in the middle. People are noticing it. So what I have here is a support printed in 3 pieces. This is for the back, you know, to replace the sagging piece. I also went as far as addressing the seals around the window. Let me see if I can get this. And it's basically, when you roll your window up, it just seals right there. But what I want to focus on is this overarching support right here. The dome structure has been compromised from gravity, just sitting there after so long. You know, the putty, I guess I had a little weight. I mean, it's so light I hold it with one hand over my head. But still, the weight of itself, you know, went from this to this after a while. So from window to window, we're going to have our overarching support. And let me just show this one more time. If I can get this camera to focus. Yeah, just gonna sit from window to window and just support the center. I mean, I don't know how else I could describe it to you. I got a bunch of shit going on today. This is a very rough print. I printed this like 3 times speed, but this is the mounting bracket right here. It's gonna slip 2. What is that? Nuts into the back, and you screw your bolts in, and that will sit right here for your window. So your window will roll up. This will be see this right here, it'll be the seal for your window. Don't mind these, it's just a rough print here. Seriously, just to see if it all fits together, if it works, and yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna be doing that today and then here, and you know, it's gonna support it from the inside basically, so I can keep a steady shape, keep a sturdy, steady shape with the support. So I'm probably gonna fiberglass this as well for an extra bit of rigidity, because I was gonna use that louver, and I still am, but that's for the back window, and I needed something for the in-between, so that's gonna be utilized. But there's also this problem of sagging. You can see it right there. Yeah, that's really bad. Where did I put that piece at? I had a extra piece. Let me see. That back piece I told you guys I was gonna remake last update video. I definitely remade that, but I made it white this time. I don't care. That's what I had laying around. So let's say right there. You can lay this down. Is that a good angle? Yeah. You just fit a whole pinky under there. It's sagging real bad. And then you see under here on the edges, it's not sagging at all. Just good visualization. So I don't think I ever showed the top like this before on the channel. This is the inside. You know, upside down, this is it. And you see it's pretty sturdy. I mean, I sit here and I can do this. I mean, that Lexan window's holding up with the fiberglass putty pretty well. But this is the inside, you know. This is printed with 25% infill with the tops and bottoms cut to 0. So usually you'll have a top print and a bottom print. So first layer of like 1 or 2 stacking, you know, flat layers, and then your infill, and then the top layer where you finish. I just took those layers off and jacked it up to 25. It saved a bunch of filament, actually, you'd believe, because you got to sit here and do the entire, if you're doing a whole hardtop, you got to sit here and go like this with filament all the way for each panel. Pain in the ass. I just sat here and did the infill instead because I think it's more sturdy. It holds the putty a lot better, and overall, I think it just worked out a lot better than it would if I did the piece of solid. But here we are. We're gonna figure out which panel I have to cut out, which I'm pretty sure it's, yep, right there. This one. You can see I used the heat gun and it got so bad that it just got all the way to the other side. I'm gonna cut it right here, and then right here. Just replace it, like pop and place it in. This thing is pretty dang light, dude. So it's a little crooked, but I get it balanced. It's really, I'm like maybe 120 pounds here. This thing is nothing. So imagine the fiberglass is going to be a lot lighter. And it's sturdy. It's sturdy, you see wobbling, but any other hardtop would say ran into a bit of an issue. Not even an issue, I just fixed it actually, but I should have showed you guys actually. Damn, I should have recorded. Whatever. So there was like a hairline crack, like, let me show you. Just like that. And I set it down, and it just split, you know. Both of them went that way. So I took a soldering iron. Here, I'll show you how I did it. Soldering iron. Check it. If it'll focus. There we go. And then I just take it to the seam like this. Watch. Bam, it's one. Boom. Boom. And we do that all the way. This is also how I join the panels too. And if you want to get real fancy with it, do one continuous line. Like that. Boom. And then you're sealed up. And then you want to cover it with some putty, obviously. Get you that little extra bit of rigidity. But yeah, that's what we just did here. We covered that up with putty. It's actually fresh putty, you see. We're gonna let that dry a little bit. And we're gonna cut that panel out right there while that happens. So yeah, let's get to it. Yep. I mean, it's whatever. Lesson learned. No heat guns. Alright, here it is. I'd say it's a lot better. I'm still gonna use the Lexan or the window and use it. Prop up the center here, but other than that, the warping issue's been taken care of. I'll sit here and putty over this panel, make it flush with everything surrounding, make sure it all copacetic holds on. I wish I could get a further view. Hold on, there's gotta be a way I can turn this around. There we go. That is so much more plausible than last time. Granted it's being propped up right now, but once I putty it and then I remove that, it'll sit real well. Let's see. Yeah, I ended up just putting it on with the car anyway. You see it has the rubber seals now. I put the car back together, you know, I got done painting it. Man, this is why I don't want to do this project while I'm working on the car. I could buff that out. You can see it's not cut through, and man, it just really pisses me off. Anyway, I got the seals on. I got the seals on the car, and it sits up pretty well now. So let me see if I can step back in. Oh yeah, oh, it's perfect. It sits perfect. So once I sit here, yeah, that's badass. You want to see how this ties in. Obviously, I'm gonna sit like this for a minute until I get it, you know, mounted on with this bracket. Take that, peel that, pull this. Anyway, those 2 bolts right there. They sit about right there. So we're gonna keep that in mind when we mount this onto there. So let's see. See what I mean? That's what we want to achieve right there. When it's mounted, we want that little lip right there. So. Let me adjust this, sorry. And that's where the window rolls up right there. Maybe I'll put the videos up this time and make them fit onto the damn composition. I messed up the editing last time. Anyway, and they'll go right down to those 2 bolts right down there, because this will focus. That one right there. Yep, it won't focus. Anyway, you guys saw it. I'll probably put a video up. You probably won't, who knows. But that bracket's going to reach all the way down to there. You're going to put your bolts in, your nuts and bolts in. It's going to mount up to here. And this will be held on through putty, soldering, whatever. I don't want to use any physical hardware. I want it to be a part of the hardtop, you know what I mean? So when I make my fiberglass negative and then I make the fiberglass inside of that negative and then pop it out, I will sit here and take this mount just like this, and I will more than literally just cloth and epoxy right over it, and try and get it as dimensionally accurate as possible, so it'll just be like a skeleton, and then just putting cloth over it like skin, and then I'll drill my holes, because you know, back here they go right into those 2 holes right back there, and then you just screw it on in, secure it to your mounting bracket, and that's a wrap. But that's the concept. I should close the door and see how it fits. Let's do it. And close the door. I gotta show you guys what I gotta do, because it fits, but check it. So close the door right up to the line. Perfect. Last video, it was so damn tight to these windows, you couldn't get any seals on there. But now that this is on there and it's propping it up, like I said, you got more room to work with. You know, I'm definitely gonna pull it this way a little more, if I can get a better picture. And then I just see. Oh yeah, I'm gonna close the door all the way. There we go. Fill this dead space right here, make it a little wider. Pull it out an inch. Pull it out an inch, and then it'll go deeper into the cab, so this can sit under the window. And then I'll pull this more this way as well. And then taper it off at the top. Pull this at the top a little more. To about right there. But other than that, that's how it's going to mount, and that's how it's going to seal the back of the window right here. It's looking pretty good. I'll putty that up, and then it's sitting real pretty on the car. It's just, it's even retaining that bulb shape with that, just that post in there. I mean, once I get that thing from window to window, it's gonna be a wrap. And especially with that extra space I have now. Oh, dude, especially with that extra space I got to sit here and fit this little seal. It's gonna give me all the space I need, really. So, like, hold on, let me show you what I mean. See how it just fits right on in there, perfect? I mean, just with that post on the inside, it's sitting here retaining its shape a lot better anyway. But that's not a
a good structural support, I guess. So you really want something solid and structural that won't move around and jostle around on you, fall or anything. But other than that, I gotta fix that now, but that ain't gonna be no big deal. I know how to cut and polish my clear. And I mean, that's the update, really. I mean, I'll keep you guys updated on anything more, but this is the process. This is what we do. Thanks for watching, guys.